debut you've been looking for?
Yeah, I'm excited. You know, it's something that we always work for, just as players growing up, and you know, coming up through minor leagues and stuff. And since getting drafted, it's something you look forward to and something you work towards. And it's a day in and day out goal. And just being able to be here and look around the stadium and see the third row, that's pretty cool.
When did you get the call and how did you find out? Take us through that moment.
I was in Toledo. I was about to head back to Indy we were playing a night game and playing again today in Indy. So I was getting ready to go, and our farm director, Mike Chernow, called me and just said, hey, I got some news for you. You're not going to be thrown to Indy. You're going to be on the plane going to meet the boys in Arizona tomorrow. So here I am, and couldn't be more excited.
Who was your first call after that?
My fiance.
What was her reaction?
She didn't answer, actually. So I called my mom, and they were pretty pumped, and my fiance called me back and heard a lot of screaming, so I assumed she took it well.
Was anybody able to make the trip in such short notice?
Yeah, my whole family's going to be here, her family's going to be here, and a couple of our really good family friends are going to be tagging along as well, so got a big crew.
You have a big family in general. How many are we talking?
I think it's like 15 or 20 people. So should be in for a good one tonight. Just a lot of celebration, a lot of emotions. Just trying to control that and understand that, yeah, getting to the big leagues is a really big achievement, but staying here and having success is the bigger achievement. That's what's most important. And contributing to the team and helping us get wins. I'm hoping that I can do that at a high level.
Speaking of that contribution, we know you started in AAA, but DK had said you'll be mostly in the bullpen at the moment as your role. How are you feeling in that role in the big leagues?
I mean, that was a conversation that me and Ben and like we had during spring training, and the conversation was that it doesn't really matter what I do. I want to be here. I want to contribute. I want to be in the big leagues and pitch here. This is our goal. This is what we want to do. This is why we play the game. So, yeah, I think that as a starter coming up, like you always have that in the back of your mind that you want to, you know, be a starter, and that's what you want your career to be. But in the grand scheme of things, it's being in the big leagues and being in environments like this and being around the guys and playing for, you know, World Series and not, you know, AAA championships. Like that's not like the forefront of my mind. It's World Series and getting wins here in Pittsburgh. So, however I can contribute to the team and help do that, like I'm all for it.
Does that change your prep at all when you enter a day not knowing if you're going to pitch?
I mean, I think that honestly, like we were talking about that a couple weeks ago, like me and Mike Rose, like we were saying, like, you know, sometimes, like especially in spring training, it's really the only exposure I've had to that. And, you know, on start days, you don't really eat much, you don't really have many conversations. It's a lot of mental stress. And during spring training, you know, as it is spring training, you kind of miss that mental stress. You miss that, like, just dedicated focus throughout the entire day, because you know, like, yeah, I'm going in today, as opposed to just staying ready and being available when your name calls and being able to have that adrenaline spike and go out and do your job. I think that's an exciting thing that I'm going to get to experience here, and for really the first time in the big leagues. And it could be a better opportunity.
So you're just not going to eat every day now?
No, man, no. No, I mean, it's just like I said, it's just there's different stress factors whenever you're starting. Coming out of the pen, I mean, I don't know, I haven't experienced it, but I can imagine just having the conversations that I've had with guys, just trying to prepare myself and get myself in a good spot to handle that. Like, I don't think it's that much different. It's our job. This game's the same whether you're pitching the first inning or you're pitching the seventh inning. The game's the same, and the preparation is generally the same. Like, I can get ready in 2 hours or 10 minutes or 5 minutes. It doesn't matter. I think that as long as you stay ready and understand what your job is and understand how to perform the best of your ability in that, it doesn't really matter what your role is.
In this role where you're not trying to go 5, 6, 7 ups, do you feel like you can maybe let it eat a little bit more and be a little bit more aggressive out there?
Yeah, I mean, my main thing through this whole process is making sure that I don't change my game. I got here because of the pitcher that I am, and to try and amend that in any way doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense to me. Yeah, sure, like, being in the big leagues for the first time, a debut, and, it's a different environment, it's a different feel. Even like in spring training, seeing those hitters up there kind of gives you a different perspective sometimes maybe a little bit a tick up on your fastball and a little bit more on your breaking balls. And like the biggest thing within that is just staying within yourself and playing the game that you know that got you here, and not trying to do too much, and trusting the fact that your stuff is good enough. And that's been the conversation that I've had with a lot of guys through this last couple of days. And I think it's really important to stick to that and really buy into that, because getting outside of yourself, especially for me, like when I get outside of myself, it doesn't matter what level I've been at, whether it's high school or here, the results have dwindled. So just ensuring that I stay there and not get outside of what I do well. That's the main focus.
Thanks, Braxton. Good
Thanks,
luck.
Braxton.